the plane for the training. What do we have here? Okay, we have the goals. So what I know from the goals, I will write down here. Okay, in this chart. So let's say self-esteem. You write down self-esteem. Okay, because the group in general has a low self-esteem. Usually the self-esteem, the problem with that is this usually applies for one person. Okay, within the group. So we would maybe say that the group itself should be like more connected. It should have a stronger. They should stick together better. They should deal with each other in a better way. So this would be the goal, right? Okay, that you strengthen the group, their identity, their interaction. You strengthen the group itself, and this includes, of course, the self-esteem of the people who don't have enough. Okay, so you write it down here in the goals section. And then, as I said before, you have a big toolbox, okay? So you choose a game in which this becomes an important point, the self-esteem part, okay? Like any game where this becomes important. So with the game you choose, I wrote down part or game here. With this game, you reach a certain goal, okay? Understood? Like with this, you reach this goal. And you get support to reach this goal from social theory, which is here. Okay? This helps you to understand what happens. And this is also already an answer to the question from here. When I have people with low self-esteem, for example, okay? For example, I was a person with low self-esteem, or some people considered me having low self-esteem, but it was basically because I'm a person who reflects a lot. I don't talk always straight away, I think a lot. I don't always respond, but I want to make up my mind, okay? So sometimes it can be different. It must not be a lack of self-esteem, it can be something different. And you will get this from experience and also from theory. What is very important for like the personalities in connection with this question already, there is a theory about personalities. There's actually a lot of theory about it. There's a theory which includes specifically like leader, supporter, like somebody who always supports. Then somebody, a theoretical guy, okay? Then a practitioner who always wants to do something and deal with some stuff. And the thing is, these personalities, they have their strengths, but they have their weaknesses. And the goal is to enhance their strength and to make people understand that their weaknesses can be caught up with the strength of others, so they have to connect, okay? Or they just have to learn something to improve their weaknesses, okay? So social theory adds, and if you have older people, like people from 12 to 17, you can already explain in theory. With children, you would not explain what is going on with them. But like if I go to a doctor today, he will definitely explain me something about how a specific part of my brain or my heart works. Okay, so these children can maybe already understand theory. So I would sometimes even include this. For example, I have a sheet for you. You can read it at home. It's about the group. It's a group theory. It's about several stages a group goes through, and if you are not... Sorry? Okay, yeah, I hope to provide you. Yeah. And if you are not aware of these phases, okay, then you might encounter difficulties when you are in this phase. For example, in a class, in a new class, you might do a training with a new class, okay? And the teacher and the parents say, okay, I want you to do a training with this class. Is this probable or not? Is it possible that you do a training with a class? Give me... Yeah? Okay, good, you will do this. And then this theory would be very helpful because they will be in the stage of forming, okay, this group. This means getting to know each other, okay? And these different characters, they will clash. So they have to find a way of how to deal with each other. And in these phases you will read it, okay? You will have different clashes, but it will form. And for groups it is usually very crucial regarding motivation that you give people a goal or a vision. Vision is even better, okay? There's a saying or a story, like when you want to build a huge boat with people, like Noah did, don't tell them about, yeah, we will build a boat and this is a hammer and you will hammer in the nails, but tell them about the sea, okay? And this is what you can do with groups. You can make them aware of the different phases and then tell them that when you achieve going through them, that you will end with, this is the last phase in this model, which is performing, okay? Performing or adjourning. This means high performance. So if you settle troubles, if you have a team which fits together, because there are different characters which are like helping each other, then they will be very successful. They will, it will be helpful for each of them, okay, and they will get to their goals. Good, you can read this at home. Further to our training design. The timing is also very important, okay, so when you, for example, they say we have like 2 hours, I would not grab more than 4 parts in 2 hours, okay? So we can say we have a certain goal, we do it with game X, and we leave from 4 o'clock to 4:30, okay? You can write it down here. And then you can note down the reflection part you want to do here, okay? Like there are different methods, I explained you one, you should do research on more, and you can write it down. Then you just put the 4 parts, 2, 4, and this is the body of the whole thing, okay? But the body wouldn't be anything without the head, okay? This is like the main body, but there's a head and there are feet which move us, okay? And they stick together. So what is very important, if you just start off with games, forget it. People need, they need personal attachment. What did we do in the beginning? We just presented each other, we told about, we presented ourselves. A welcoming session is very crucial to any training. Be personal, be kind, welcome them as persons and not as your customer. This is very important. They are a person. This is also a question, an answer to this question is how to deal with these personalities. For example, for troublemakers. Troublemakers, when do you make trouble? Usually if you do not get enough attention. For example, from your parents. So one solution how to deal with troublemakers is to give personal attention. Do not, mostly it is helpful not to use the tool games, this is one tool, but use the tool personal conversation. Talk with this guy about what really matters. Like ask him, how are you? Not like I'm late. But ask again, like really, I really want to know it. I was so confused in my university here when I came to Egypt because people were always like, hey, how are you? And I was like, yeah, good. And I wanted to tell them like, and I did this, and they were away. They were gone. So ask them really, hey, how are you? Start a personal conversation. I think this is a strong tool and a strong way to deal with these problems, because only then you can understand what their real problem is. This again is connected to what I said in the beginning. A lot of people know to make many words, but there are few people who know to solve problems. Okay, and this is what we want. Not many words, but get to the point. So an introduction session is very important. Usually people, when dealing with each other, when they come together, they need a kind of connection point. They don't know what happened in the meantime, if they know each other already, or maybe they do not even know each other at all. So you should give them an opportunity to interact. Question? Yeah.
I think when innovation is a study to share, in the first lecture I suggested to make ice-breaking games.
That's it. You just stole my word.
To start with these games for half an hour or something like that, so they can contact with us, and then I will introduce my study to them after ice breaking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ice breaking is very important. It can be a funny game. Usually one very good icebreaker I always do, you can also know this game. It's a swinging rope, okay? It's a long swinging rope. So you like swing like this on the floor, it's very huge. And you tell the group that it has to go through this swinging rope, okay? Without touching the rope, and the rope is not allowed to swing in vain. So each time it swings, they have to go through it, okay? And if somebody makes a mistake, the whole group has to go back. This is a very funny game. It already includes, like, it could be reflected and stuff. But for like ice-breaking games, just try to make the people comfortable by any means. Because if they are not comfortable with each other, they will not play the games. For example, often when I play with older children, like with 14, 15, 16, or it's even getting a problem with managers, that they say, hey, come on, we're playing games, we're professional people, we are too cool for that. Okay? What I usually tell people is that the most successful managers or leaders in our world, they are the ones who use these methods, okay, and come further. This is a way how I deal with this problem. Or another way I deal with it, I'm just, I try to play with them, okay? I try to be with them. Sometimes I used to sing with children, with movements, okay? I'm not just singing, I do the movements with them. I'm a part of them, so this is how I can make the uncool thing cool, because you do it, okay? This is, get involved yourself. This is the way of dealing with it. Okay, this is the introduction session. I'll write it here in red. This is something I recognize now. My writing could be better. Okay. And I can design one sheet like this for you, because this would be good if you do it for every training. Like on a computer, okay, you write it, you have this form and you fill it in. You write down the topic and the issue, you write down, for example, family, I don't know, how...
Communication skills or something like this.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, you write communication skills, or like there was a problem with these children, or write it down a topic, okay? Then you write down a contact, like this person, and remarks what you have to add further, okay? And you can adapt this table or this sheet according to what you need. Next time we will be talking about materials. We can add here one part for materials, okay? What materials will you use? And you should like have a storage of different materials, because you will use them and need them, and they are not expensive. I already bought some stuff for you. This is very important for trainings, for example. Or like paper, okay? Or the name tags. Yeah. This is also part of the preparation. Have the material prepared. When you came in, did you see what you had here? You had a paper, a sheet. It's not so professional, I'm sorry, because I didn't have so much time. and you had a bonbon. Make people feel comfortable. I don't know if I attained my goal, but I hope, okay? And it makes things professional, okay? If you do that. And with children, you can just find another way, just with a bonbon or, yeah, it depends. But you're creative enough. It's just about the idea, and you will find a way how to do it. And in the end of this, there should be a final reflection, okay? You have a reflection for each part, and we said it on the macro level, we have also a reflection. This is where you can ask people, how did you find the training? What did you learn? What would you do differently? You can have a feedback box. You can ask them, you can even create a feedback paper also for the customers. I mean the parents, not the ones who take the training, but the ones who are like approaching you.
Just like evaluation.
Huh?
Evaluation to evaluation. Evaluation for feedback.
Yeah. Feedback, yeah. And what another nice idea we do it is to give them something, okay? To take it so they remember the event. And I would really highly recommend to do trainings with one group more often. Repetition. This is really some things sound so nice, but they won't work without repetition. Okay. This is.
The children have a good memory.
Yeah.
Can you write down, for example, anything in the reflection box?
Reflection box. Okay. Reflection box. What do we take?
Related to the game we played.
Related to the game?
Yes.
Let me think. Or it would be a good one. I'm scrolling through my toolbox now. We could say map of the day. We have something called map of the day. Or map of game. Okay? There's a very creative one. Okay? It would be like you have here a timeline, okay, on a sheet of paper, and then you have the start of the game and you have the end of the game, okay? And then you ask the people, okay, like through the course of the game, reflect the course of the game, and like create a map of what happened. Okay, so in the beginning we could have like trouble, okay, they didn't know how it works, they have trouble. And then they had an idea, so it was like the sun was appearing to them, they had an idea finally, okay. This idea made them go further, and finally they were tired, okay, so they drank a glass of water, which gave them power. Like this could be a picture for a break. They said we take a break, and after this we can calm down and we can reach the goal and continue, okay? And finally they made it to the goal, okay? This is very random, but it's a funny technique of reflecting something. Okay? Yeah. Good. So far to the training design. Any questions to the training design? I mean, we can, next time we can go deeper into it. This is just the sharp idea. Okay, good. Then the trainer. I already pointed out this cool point. It is really sometimes a problem because you will be having people who will not play the games with you. And it's okay. You do not force people if they really don't want, and if they just disturb the whole group. I just take them off. If you have 2 trainers, you can do something else with them, or you give them another task, okay? But when this happens, then you already know what the big problem is. The big problem is then that they are not participating, and they are not involved in the process of solving the problem which you actually have in your training then, because they are not participating. Sometimes, as sad as it is, you just have to take them out. And then this applies personal conversation, okay? I don't know, you will have different people to deal with, maybe people you already know from here, or like you mentioned before, like troublemakers. So this is really the way in personal conversation, or sometimes you have to punish people. It's just like this, yeah. But what really is important, that people always understand why they do why something happens, okay? So nothing should be without reason, because then people can not catch up with it. And kids understand if they do something wrong and they get a small or minor punishment, and it's okay. But afterwards, it should be okay again, and you should accept them as it was before. And everything should be normal. This is also a part of authenticity. Authenticity is really, really crucial. I already said it before. It means that you are yourself as a trainer. If you're a trainer, you are kind of in a different role, because maybe at home you're a mother or a father or a child. But as a trainer, you're still the same, okay? I shared some ideas about my personality. I would recommend it because it makes like people will not see you as a trainer or only a professional. I'm just a human as you are, and I have learned certain things, and I share them with them. And the trainees should also see that. Okay, this is a usual person. He also has troubles, and maybe sometimes it makes really sense to share experiences with people.
You mean
So,
like we should act as we speak, and when we speak about, we should act accordingly.
yes, accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, if you have a rule in a game and you yourself participate and you break the rules, you yourself will also suffer the punishment. So if you say, okay, the one who touches the stone has to run 2 times around the house, you will do it as a trainer too. And this will even, actually I like when it happens, and maybe sometimes you can even do it intentionally, because this will make you authentic, okay? This is like a small trick. You can do this. And then they will see that you stick to what you say. What else? Like smoking is only a topic in Europe, because I really like with my trainers. We're working with, like, there's an institution who's working with drug addicts, and some trainers smoke and they only smoke outside, which is okay, but I really don't like it. So I don't know what are the issues of authenticity in your group, so you have to find it out, okay? This is just how it is in Germany, this is an issue we have to deal with, okay? I don't know what it is here, we have to find it out. Yeah, it can be how you react to people. If you have a reflection and if you tell the people that don't react always like you have a certain tone of talking, okay? You can talk like calmly and just usual, or you can get more into it and say, come on, why did you do the mistake again? Come on, this is ridiculous, and like last time again, can you not improve next time? And you reflect this happened in a game, let's say, given the case this happens in a game, and you say in the reflection, okay, like, come, please be calm, and let's just say, look, this happened again, and maybe next time I can just say it to you, and we can communicate, and I can tell you, and then you will do it better, because we will talk about it. So you set this issue in the reflection, and after this you just go out, and the trainees you worked with see how you're talking to one of your trainers, to your co-workers, and say him again, hey, like in the last reflection, why did you interrupt me again? Hey, this is no-go, okay? I did a reflection and you had to wait, and I know I did the mistake, but anyway, stop it, okay? No, this would not be authentic. If you tell the children that they should deal calmly with each other, then you deal with your employees, with your co-workers the same way. That's just how it is. Yeah. That doesn't mean that sometimes it is the right tone to say to people, hey, come on, now concentrate. Okay? Because teenagers, I think in the age from 12 to 17, they sometimes know to do role play, okay? They play something. And then you really have to take them aside and give them time. It doesn't work in 15 minutes. It takes maybe an hour. So one tool we often used in Germany, for example, and this is almost the last I say, is going out into the nature and bringing them out of this city, okay? Cities drive people crazy sometimes. So you need time to calm down, time without mobiles. Mobiles are not allowed usually throughout the trainings because they just disturb and nobody needs them. So this is a very good way of dealing with people who have these problems, okay? Self-esteem, troublemaking, a high potential to always wanting to be the first and the leader. Take them out of the community on a personal level so they can really reflect it. Because nowadays, we do not have time to reflect. Because there's always noise and there's always Zahma and Dausha. You need it. So reflection is very, very important. Okay.
You can ask them if they want to know about anything special, and we can explain it in the next session.
That's very good. Okay. So next question is my question. And I note so.
Okay. I ask them again.
Questions for next time or to clarify from this time? Things you expect, things you didn't understand, anything. You can bomb me with this stuff. I write it down.
Yeah, I think the one that has to do with material.
The what?
Material.
The point that has to do with material.
Okay. Prepare material.
Okay. So what do you need?
I mean, how to be aware of the materials that you need the most in order to fulfill your goal the best.
Okay. Okay. I have this on the.
And also, what more activities?
More activities to do.
Yeah.
In order to reach your end and serve your goal.
Yeah.